into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and tinker of things. Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran. You've got questions, he's going to answer. Old man Van, here, the resurgent hairline, no more receding. Fix that problem. Okay, my shit's getting
come a long way.
Coke, Baby, Chuck, the 24-karat clothes it together. We are known as the Midnight Boys. Also on socials, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Save Jomi's job. Jomi, before you even get started, TikTok. Fantastic news for TikTok. The algorithm will now be run by 6 billionaires of Trump's choosing. Jomi, how are you feeling? It's great.
Man, it's what got a lot of thoughts, a lot of things bubbling. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate the world we live in today, man.
Why is there glitter on your face?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, so
oh,
God. I was helping my mom with this project. She's got this side hustle that she's doing, and she's glittering up boxes for this event. And so she needs somebody to help lift the boxes. I'm her strong son. So she's like, yo, I need your help. So I'm helping her lift boxes. But it's glitter. There's glitter everywhere in every nook and cranny of the house right now.
What a fucking lie.
I was like, what ass did you have in your face last night, bro? Like,
I promise.
Jomi,
I promise. No.
That reaction
he's
photo
like,
of the
my
cake.
mom has a side hustle.
I'm gonna go.
And
I
you
was
told
helping
the
my
most
mother.
wholesome falsehood ever.
I'm gonna go
My
to
mom
the
has
crib.
a side hustle.
Wait. I'm gonna go to the
Was
crib.
it
I'm
You had
orphans?
jumbos. It's okay.
gonna send you the picture. It's okay. It's cool. It's like, look, it's a whole thing. It's a whole operation.
You're an adult. You can go to strip clubs.
I could go to strip club. I could go to Jumbos. I go to what's the Spearmint? They got the
Jumbos.
You been to Jumbos?
Yeah, I've been to Jumbos before.
Every time we go,
That
like
was great.
I ain't never been because we go out there and the line's too
Hey,
long.
bro, let me tell you
You're not
something.
trying to wait on that
Shout out
line.
to Jumbo. First of all, shout out to Jumbos. That's first.
Jumbos
thing.
isn't really a strip club.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
like burlap.
really
It's
small,
a-
right?
Jumbos is not a strip club, and they got some ladies in Jumbos that they fine, but Jumbos is not a strip club. It's the woke version of a strip club
Well,
for
okay,
people
I don't
like
know
y'all who
For
don't
y'all,
really. How about this? Shout out to Jumbos, by the way.
this you
It's
hate
cool.
on Jumbos.
Let's go to Sam's.
Okay. I've maintained
The Hoff.
I've maintained that we as a group.
Seventh Veil.
Nah, forget this, bro. Let's go down. Let's go to Magic City. All
Magic
of us.
City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
You know
all of us
that.
go to Magic City, get some wings, the whole thing.
Yeah, you ever been before?
I've never been. I want to go. Let's go.
You already been. That's why you got the glitter on your fucking face. You're gonna come back in this bitch with pink eye. We're on YouTube.
I knew it.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can watch every Midnight Boys and every House of Art episode on youtube.com @Ringerverse. Also on Spotify. This week on House of R, they gave you their reactions to the Mando and Grogu trailer, as well as their Alien Earth deep dives. You never know who'll pop up on House of R.
Timothy Oliphant, man.
Big
Big
O.
up, Big O, Big T.O.
This Friday, Button Mash is back with their reactions to Hades 2 and Silent Hill F. And just around the corner is another episode of Ringerverse Recommends. On today's show, here on the Midnight Boys, we're chatting about the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer and discussing the season finale of Alien Earth. And you know what? Other stuff. We're sprinkling in stuff. I'm at war with the film bros.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jomi wants to talk about Disney. Charles is back. Steve just fucking is riding Jordan Peele's dick. Everything that's happened, we're going to talk about a little bit of it today on the podcast. Chuck, you get us started. Tell us
All
how
right. So, nerd news. On Monday, Disney dropped the first trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu. The movie is directed by Jon Favreau and written by Favreau and Dave Filoni. The trailer features the return of Zeb from Star Wars Rebels, the Azalians, and the first appearance of Rhoda the Hutt, played by Jeremy Allen White.
Wow.
Instant reactions. We'll start with you, Van. When you saw the trailer, what were your thoughts?
So tonally, I got it, which was very important.
Mhm.
Tonally, I understood what they were going for. You know, Star Wars back on the big screen in the era that it's in right now. You always wonder, how is the movie going to feel? The movie felt like fun. It felt like something that's bigger than the show. And it also felt like something that I can argue needed to be made. to deepen the show, expand the show, have fun with Mando and Grogu on the big screen. If they can get that tone nailed, and I'm in for it. Like at its core, before the Mandalorian kind of dipped into a toy selling enterprise, the show always understood what it was, and it was always entertaining, always fun, always good Star Wars. And I think if they're serious about it and they have that fun, lighter, hopeful man child deal, that the movie could be great.
I think the thing that we should remember first and foremost is that at the first sign of authoritarianism, Disney folded like laundry. We should remember that.
Oh no, this trailer did feel like, I'm not the first person to say it, did feel like one of them Friday news dumps where it's just like, hey yo, so we bent the knee to the fascists.
So let's get some out there.
Throw one real quick. Throw him Baby Yoda, maybe throw him off the fucking set a little bit.
No actual real pressure, right? Just at the slightest whiff of they folded. We should always just keep that in the back of our
If you could influence something to happen on a podcast, Jomi, what would you say put out into the world now?
The first thing I would do is college football realignment. I am sick and tired of waking up each morning.
How do we get here? we just stay on message, Midnight Boys.
Right. Sorry,
we're talking about some really important shit.
He asked, but that's how I feel. But no, seriously though, it was really embarrassing.
So you feel like this trailer was thrown out there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not saying absolutely.
No.
I'm not the first person to have this thought, but I'm like, hey, yo, the whole town, they losing millions upon billions of dollars. The whole town is like, yo, fuck Disney. Yeah. Artists are pulling out of shows or whatever, and they like, you know who these motherfuckers love? Some Baby Yoda.
That'll get the subscriptions reactivated.
Yeah. This trailer, to me, felt a little disappointing because it damn near no real dialogue for the most part. Mm-hmm. It kind of just felt like in the same way. Like they were like, Freakier Friday, we got a Lindsay Lohan movie and it's going straight to Disney Plus. Throw that in theaters. This feels like a season of TV. They're just like, yeah, let's just throw this in theaters. I don't know. This feels like half stepping for Star Wars. I want a Star Wars movie that feels like a Star Wars movie.
Stay there. What does that mean for you?
I think the trailer looked like it looked like the TV show. It didn't necessarily feel like a step up cinematically or in terms of, I think the best Star Wars movies feel like this grand opera. It's like, oh, the best way to view this is in a theater surrounded by people. And this trailer just felt like more of the same. It felt like a continuation of maybe what has been working for Star Wars in this generation, but with diminishing returns. Like I wasn't really that excited to see Mando and Grogu again. But yeah, I'm not saying the movie will be bad. It just was like, oh, okay.
It's part of that because the show always looks cinematic. Like it looked incredible for a TV show, especially when it first came out. Is that part of it? Is that like it always kind of looks cinematic? So it's not really anything new.
Well, it looked cinematic for a TV show.
Yeah.
And I think especially like that first season and some of the second season were the best it's ever looked. But like The Mandalorian never looked like, I don't know, The Last Jedi to me. In terms of just like whether you like that movie or not, there are scenes in that movie where I'm like, oh no, this is a film. Rian Johnson and Jon Favreau has made some amazing films. This is a sneak peek. It was just, there was a part of this that felt like at such a crucial time for Star Wars, this felt like the safest bet. It didn't seem like something that, oh, we are so confident we're going to introduce you to something new that you've never seen. It's just like, we know you guys love Mando. We know you love Grogu. We know you love Babu Frick. Here, we got Jeremy Allen White to be a Hutt. How can y'all hate this?
Does it feel bad that it doesn't feel as big? It doesn't feel as cinematic. And I'm curious to what the Star Wars, like, not brand, but like kind of milieu as for what their movies are going to look like now are kind of just going to feel like extensions of their show or their TV brand, because we have Starfighter now, which I didn't know about this before, but it's Ryan Gosling looking after a young kid. Also, Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, did you guys see the photo?
Yeah, I saw it. It looked like Waterworld.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, wait, so we're doing to your point, I'm like, we're doing another Lone Wolf and Cub story, and it's gonna be a movie? Like, this is the only thing we can do in Star Wars
now? Are like poetry.
I gotta say something about you guys, man. You guys aren't real Star Warsers.
Probably not.
No, wait. You didn't even get to me. I didn't even get to get my take
You
off.
guys are.
Why?
I condemn you.
Oh,
All
you
right.
cast
All
a
right.
spell on
Condemn
this?
us?
This
You're
is
being
nuts.
condemned. The three of you.
The three of me again. Three of us.
You had your chance to talk about it, and you wanted to fucking talk about politics.
I'm
So-
just.
so-
I-
And
wait, hold on.
we
football
will
reel
talk
on
about
it.
it, which I love to do, which you can also find me talking about politics, the higher learning 2 times a week.
This
The
is
Higher
insane.
learning podcast going
Wow,
crazy
cross
right
promo.
now. I'll just
This
be
is
honest with
insane
you guys.
cross
It's going
promo.
nuts. Like, you guys have no idea what's going on. But I'm saying you had your chance and you fucking flopped it. Go
No,
ahead.
here's my thing. I am choosing to remain positive because if I don't, it's gonna be bad. I am choosing delusion at this point with this movie. We went on. We Mal did a buy sell hold pod, and I chose to hold on this movie because we've seen these creators with these characters give us some really good stuff, some great stuff, some of Star Wars best in the last or since 2020. So I'm choosing to believe that maybe, hopefully, season 1 and parts of season 2, it wasn't an insanity run. You know, that they can bring it one more time. What's that mean? Just give me one more day.
So this
That's
is
all I'm asking. One more day.
So this is seriously, this is the thing. My default setting is Van likes Star Wars.
Right.
That's my default setting.
Mhm.
So in order for Van to not like Star Wars, Van has to sit down and be like, nah.
Yeah.
That seems pretty simple.
You know
That
what I
seems
mean?
pretty
It's
easy.
like you sit down and you be like, you fucking guys. No, didn't happen. Didn't work. Stupid. And with Mandalorian, honestly, being serious, I get everyone out there is feeling probably the same way right now, right? Where are we going? What's the deal? How are we going to feel the same feelings or not even feel the same feelings? Because I think that's what you're talking about. How are we going to feel new feelings around
Yeah.
characters and stuff
Yeah.
like that? I get it. Totally get it. When I see it, you put together Star Wars scenes of stuff happening, the bar for me, you guys know this, is so low for me to be like, I'm excited to see it.
Mhm.
Is there a chance that there's not much story left to be told and that these characters have already had their best moments on television? Yes.
Mm.
Do I believe that that's necessarily the case? Am I expecting that? I'm not. I'm expecting them. And I also say this, them deciding to put The Mandalorian on the big screen was part of a greater narrative choice that they were making to take Thrawn and Ahsoka and all of these characters together and make a big cinematic opera out of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Will that Filoniness that has been cultivated on television
Ugh.
work in the same way Luke against Empire
Yeah.
worked?
I don't know.
Vader, will that work in the same way? It might not. It might be too much diet Star Wars for people,
Right.
but we'll see.
Well,
My
because also, do you guys think the problem is? I think the thing that Star Wars movies were the greatest at, and they've gotten away from, is like there are kids who 3 generations where you can see Force Awakens, you could see, Phantom Menace, you could see A New Hope and not have to know anything,
Yeah.
and walk out and feel like, oh my God, I went on an adventure. Like there are people who like saw Phantom Menace before they ever saw A New Hope. And I think the problem with Star Wars right now with Mandalorian and Grogu is like, dog, how much do you have to watch to really understand this? Like, there are,
Mm.
Charles, Phantom Menace is complicated as shit.
no.
Yeah.
I understand
Like
that.
this movie will be this movie will be infinitely simpler to enjoy.
Yeah, but here's the
than
thing.
You don't
Phantom
like
Menace will
trade.
be.
You don't like trade disputes and
Bruh,
tax. You know.
it's 2 movies that I walked out of, and I was walking back to my car like this, like I don't think I understood that. One is Phantom Menace. I legitimately didn't know what
as
was
a kid,
happening.
I'm talking about as a kid, all that shit went over my head, and at the end of the day, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Darth Maul, and I was like, that's Star Wars. I'm like Mandalorian and Grogu. My thing is I'm just like, this ain't Jedi. This isn't part of a larger. It is, to your point, sometimes it feels diet. It is like in this corner where I think a lot of people, when you go to a Star Wars movie, they probably just want the next installment of what's your New Hope? What's your Force Awakens? What's the new like spine of this thing?
I disagree with that, but I do understand it. I disagree. I think that this will probably be a lot simpler story for people to digest. There's a little Force user there for you. There's a little cute thing. Put them in trouble, get them out of trouble. larger thing. I think that'll be pretty easy for people. But I do think though that I think Star Wars. I don't think Star Wars is for kids anymore. I think they want it to be for kids, and that's the problem. I think that a lot of the past generations of Star Wars have grown up, and they have the buying power to buy more stuff, but they're not necessarily more kids like attaching themselves to Star Wars right now. So
like it's a closed off ecosystem at this point a little bit.
They want to open it back up. And the hope to open it back up and getting kids back into Star Wars, it is to give them stuff that they can glom onto. That's why actually my thought about the movie, or my instinct, is that the movie will be too accessible, that it won't be enough, it won't be ambitious enough for it to be a really great movie. If the movie fails to me, it's because they're playing it too safe and not really putting anything in the film that pushes the story forward or deepens our understanding of all of these, that they're just giving us joke, cute, fight, credits, that it'll be too paint by numbers.
My worry is that, and we'll talk about like what it means for Star Wars when what's all said and done, but I think the person with the most at stake is Dave Filoni. Like Mandalorian Grogu, I mean, it's him and Jon Favreau, but with Ahsoka and like all this stuff, to your point, like he's been threading this new version of Star Wars. What does it look like when his movie come out and it's not really moving? It don't really move the people. That would worry me. I think that's when you start to need to have like a deeper conversation of like, what does the future of Star Wars look if that's the guy at
I don't know about the state of Star Wars, because it feels very much that Disney is like slowly dipping its toes back into that water, what with ideas of like, just, okay, here's a fighter pilot and a kid. Here's the Mandalorian Grogu. It's one of our most successful TV shows we've ever had. Let's just give those a Star Wars movie, and then maybe we'll think about the big grandiose Jedi saga that we're going to be building later. It's tough to think that Disney doesn't exactly have faith in the Star Wars brand to be like, okay, let's just like push slowly out what people's interest in Star Wars can be in the theaters now, because it seems to be like, if there's anything that can't sell tickets to movies now, it should be Star Wars. And to think that we don't have something that as big as a Last Jedi or a big new saga to think about, it feels like this is kind of going to be the testing waters for what is going to be coming next, regardless of how easy it is to get into the theaters and probably absorb the stories that we've had from 3 seasons of a successful TV show, and then just throwing us into the next big adventure for these two characters. I think after this, it's going to be, all right, well, what's the appetite for something bigger?
They need to get Filoni. I'm more worried about Filoni than I am Feige. Both of them motherfuckers. I'm just like, y'all, it's time for a new generation.
I mean, respect Feige.
You gotta.
Well, I think
it's time for
the same reason,
it's time
like,
for a new generation.
Jon Favreau, like, I can't put him in the same conversations because Jon Favreau has delivered some hits. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Filoni has done it, but like on TV, this is different. It's different levels, right? And so if you're the Star Wars guy, you gotta succeed on the big screen. That's what Star Wars is. Star Wars, as much as we love Andor and all this stuff, it's a movie series.
We need new blood. We just do.
I think you're right. And I think I don't disagree, but we got to show we can do it. This is his moment, and I don't think you get multiple shots. Like, I don't think you get multiple shots if you're Dave Filoni. I think if this doesn't work,
nah, he's been grinding like crazy on his TV shows.
2007, like he ain't going nowhere.
Okay, but I'm not saying that like this is the only, like if Mandalorian Grogu doesn't succeed, he never makes another movie again. But I'm saying we have to start having conversations like, is this guy a Clone Wars merchant?
Just once again, just to let you guys know, where this Mando and Grogu movie is part of a plan that they have to port this thing that they've tried to do on television that's been done with mixed
Varying
results.
levels, varying levels of
To
success.
take this and put it on the screen and then build this up to some grand crossover deal with Thrawn as your villain. Who knows if that works now? I'm not sure that Thrawn worked in Ahsoka. Like, who knows if that works
Did
now?
Ahsoka work?
But it kind of, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if any of that stuff worked. But there is, when we say something bigger, They have been hinting about this being their something bigger for years now. Whether or not we want it or we don't want it, everything else that we're talking about, they're already doing it.
Yeah.
The continuation of those Jedi movies, they're written. They're done. Who knows when they'll come out? I might have kids in high school, but who knows when they'll come out? All of that stuff is happening. What Star Wars needs to do, all of this stuff needs to do, to me, is make good thing. And if you get to the point, there's something Charles knows is, rappers more specifically. Bruce Springsteen could drop tomorrow, and if the music was amazing, everybody would be like, oh my God, the boss is back. If he dropped amazing music. However, with rappers, specifically, there's a point that you get to where they just fucking finish with you.
Yep.
And you could drop amazing music. I know some people, I'm not going to name no names, rappers that are in their mid-40s, early 40s, whatever, that will drop amazing music. Like legitimately fantastic music. If they've heard enough from you,
it's over.
That's it. For what I don't
trying
know
to think
what
of
it,
who
I
don't know about like 40, but like Chance came back.
It was all right.
Chance is a good. Chance the Rapper is a great.
Right. The new album,
like that album is pretty solid.
Yeah,
and people just don't want. They don't like.
I don't know what it is specifically, but like you could drop, you go crazy. You listen to this. I'm like, sometimes I'll be talking to people. I'll be like, "Yo, man, have you heard the new so and so?" It's like, "Oh, that nigga drop." I'm like, so it's not about the music. it's about the rapper. And Disney could be in that position. Disney could be in a position to where they actually put a good movie out. Whatever it is, for whatever it is, Marvel could be there, and we've just seen and heard enough.
Here's the thing: Fantastic Four is a good example of that. Whether you thought that movie was great or just good, we could all agree it's been a lot better than the stuff. But they got to the point. I think Drake is a little bit at this point where it's like we don't want to hear it. Like it could be a hit, and we're still like, yeah, you had your time.
We don't want to hear you say,
like Star
no
Wars
more.
might, but also all of this stuff is very cyclical. Where it's like, sometimes you do need 10 or 15 years of being unpopular for people to miss you again. Like there was a point with Star Wars where motherfuckers was just like, we don't want it. Like, get it out of here.
Was that too preemptive though? Because I feel like Disney just chickened out because they had a slightly less successful run.
Wait. They're scared of the audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's another thing that we're going to talk about. If we want to talk about the politics of this now, we can talk about this at all, because all of this is going to come back to how we're relating with them. They're scared of the audience.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, the Star Wars, the movies and the shows are devoid of hope and twinkle because the audience is completely devoid of hope and twinkle, completely devoid of it. They're cynical, they're racist, they are pedantic, they are holding on to their childhood and their version and vision of what this thing was so tightly that they're squeezing the life out of it. And it's a fucking fact. And if we're looking at this as this expansive world where we're supposed to have limitless stories, all different corners of the galaxy, the universe, supposed to be able to pick out a story and talk about it. And then as soon as you do this, someone goes, I don't want to see that.
Yep. Every time it's a woman,
they go, that's not my thing. The galaxy is limitless now. Yeah. There's all different types of creatures and languages and beings and stars and powers and all of that.
But no black people and no women.
But even to the point, even with me, I watched Last Jedi and I was like,
that's not my Luke.
Not everybody can use the Force. It's special. The reality is, like, if you want it to change, you have to be the change, guys.
I mean, the funny thing is, I'm now seeing we covered Acolyte. I remember it was like, get the Acolyte the fuck out of here. I'm on social media now. Now it's like, I can't believe they wouldn't give us a second season of Acolyte. How dare it's like you have all these pockets of fandom where it's like there's people who love Andor. There's people who like, that's not my Star Wars. There's people who love Ahsoka who are just like, get that cartoon shit out of here. And it's like, at a certain point, you do need someone at the helm of Star Wars who is just like, hey, we don't actually care what the audience thinks. we're just going to try to make the best product possible. And we need to kind of like lead them, because I do think there does become a point where the audience doesn't know what they want. And I think you have to be strong enough to be like, hey, we're going to guide you there.
And nobody's been more reactionary than Disney about this.
And it's just so funny when you think about how the shit came together and how the whole town, everybody involved, everyone surrounding it was predicting this gigantic failure. This ridiculously, even the actors involved were like, yo, what are we doing? This gigantic failure. You put it on the screen, vision complete, story complete. You lean on characters with actual charisma or actors with actual charisma, story, all of that. And what do you get? Something beautiful that people can glom onto for generations. But when you start feeding them, trying to repackage that and reheat it, it just won't work. It won't work. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Star Wars in general. But at some point, it will have to become a filmmaker-focused continuation of the legacy and the stories of that we've been used to. I read Star Wars comics and books all the time that knock me on my ass.
Yeah.
Like that knock me on my ass where people are doing all kinds of crazy, weird, amazing shit. I mean, we'll see if the audience has we'll see if the audience has the stomach for it, and we'll see if Disney can invest into those types of creators. But Jomi, you wanna talk about Disney?
I mean, I already got my stuff off. They look, the crazy part about the entire operation was not only what Jimmy Kimmel said wasn't like anything crazy. That's something that anybody could say and be fine with it. It was the fact that the FCC chair went on a podcast and mentioned like, oh, maybe, take the license away, which by the way would have taken months, if not years, to happen. It's just not a thing that happens quickly for them to take away a license of like ABC or something like that. And Disney's got all the lawyers in the world. Like that's something that they would fight.
It wasn't necessarily about the license.
It wasn't about the license, but it's about the mergers, about Nexstar and Sinclair, and they're like, well, was Nexstar trying to buy some
Nexstar's trying to merge with the company,
right?
And they would become,
but you need they would become
the FCC has to approve the merger.
FCC has to approve the merger, and so they were like, we're going to take Kimmel off the air, and Disney panicked. No real pressure, no real consequences.
Well, that's absolutely pressure, by the way.
No. That's not. But it's not real. It's not actual pressure. It's not something that they can actually do like this.
No, it's immense pressure.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think so. I think.
I mean, all I would say is I feel like I've been saying this for years. This is why when I'm like, hey, yo, these corporations are not your friends. You know what I'm saying? They are in lockstep. Like, if fascism is about to rise, all they care about is their fucking stock going up. And I know that like these are the caretakers of our childhood in a lot of way, in terms of whether it's Marvel or Star Wars or Mickey Mouse or whatever. But there does get to be a point where I'm just like, hey, yo, y'all can't be blind Disney adults. Like, shit's happening. And I do think that it's like, hey, it's cool to watch something like Star Wars, but it's like, hey, no, like fascism is here. It's just not something that like Luke is fucking fighting in a galaxy far, far away. And I do think it's like, hey, guys, this is a perfect example of like, you can love the stories, but sometimes you got to be like, hey, yo, fuck it. We pulling the cord. We not supporting this shit. Because if you don't, well, I mean, the fascism is already here. It's,
yeah. So what won? Jimmy was back on the air last night. What won? What won? What won? You won. And this is my thing that I've talked about over and over and over again. The only thing that can win is you. That's it. You won. People said, you know what? Not doing it. Damon Lindelof. Shout out to him. It's a gigantic creator, showrunner. Shout out to him. I sent him an email. He didn't email me back. Appreciate you, Dave. Shout out to him. I'm not working with him. I'm not doing it.
Yep.
Okay. People, unplug Hulu. Unplug Disney Plus, like you said. I'm not doing it. You won. Said this before on the podcast. I've said when we're asking for a corporation or anyone to do better, the better is in what it is that you support.
Yes.
Every time I say this, people get mad. I'm like, hey, the Buzz Lightyear same-sex kiss. If we're gonna make a big deal about the same-sex kiss, we cannot let the movie fail. We can't let the movie fail. You have to go see the movie because they're not reacting to what they think a cultural good is.
Yeah.
They're reacting to
bread.
what they think you will endure and support. That's it.
Yes.
They didn't make Iron Man, they didn't make Black Panther to get niggas free. Black Panther was working with the CIA. They didn't, they made it because they knew you guys would go see it. And so everything that exists in society at some point comes back to what you believe and what you will take.
Mhm.
They'll do whatever you'll go along with, whatever you will take. The moment you make it hard for them, they will run. They don't exist if we don't buy the fucking toys. They don't exist if we don't watch the shows. Y'all remember New Gods?
Yeah.
David Duvernay.
Okay. No, not New Gods. I'm gonna bring up somebody that's fucked up. He got canceled, and that's cool. But I'm gonna bring up the show. American Gods is the show.
American.
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah, no,
right,
American.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you guys remember the thing about American Gods?
No.
All right. The guy got canceled. He's apparently a piece of shit. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you what I think is super interesting about American Gods.
Mhm.
Book and the show. The gods in American Gods only have strength so long as you believe in them.
Mhm.
So Odin is up against the newer gods in there because he is an older god. His people are basically gone.
Yeah.
And so his people are gone, his power is waning because not many people believe in Odin anymore. But the new gods are technology, the internet, all of that stuff like that. Those are the things now that people deify and they believe in. That conceit, that idea is real. The only thing that exists is what you believe in and empower. That's it. Democracy only exists because you believe in it and empower it. Disney only exists because you believe in it and empower it. All of that stuff, if you ignore the importance of democracy, it will go away. If you unplug Disney Plus, that will go away. And I can name disco, gone. You know why? You motherfuckers stop dancing. So all of the power lies in you.
Well, so can I ask this though? Because this is like before we get to Alien Earth. You were attacked by some of the PTA bros
Oh shit.
this week.
Oh.
Oh, daddy.
You know, and talking about like supporting what you believe in. Here's the thing: I love PTA.
Mhm.
He's one of those. I think when I hate a movie, I'm like, look at these motherfuckers wasting that money that another director can
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
What is a director I love? I'm like, I was about to be like, fuck you, man. PTA can do it out. But the part of your argument that I do agree with is it's like, hey, PTA, talented, one of my favorite filmmakers, but he's at a level where motherfuckers don't. He doesn't need to make back money on 150 million, or that's how it is presented, where it's like we take a movie that's being killed, him, whereas it's like a lot of black filmmakers. What was it with Coogler? Oh, before Sinners came out, Variety. Oh, da-da-da-da-da.
It wasn't before. It was after.
Well
it
after.
opened.
Oh,
It
it
was,
was
so with that right there, if it was before, it would be one thing. The movie opened to 50.
Yes.
He opened his movie and they were still asking questions about how the movie would get to
It was
profitability
nasty.
and what the
Insane.
road to
It was
profitability was.
nasty.
So much so that I was waking up in the morning, going to Box Office Mojo and looking at the daily of Sinners every single day until I could go, the movie is fucking in the black
Yeah.
and we are good. Right? Like I was culturally invested into
Yeah.
the movie turning a profit. Olive branch to the film bros. First of all, I appreciate the film bros out there.
No,
I
you
do.
don't. That's not true.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
I don't believe you.
I do appreciate them.
Why do you? What do you appreciate?
I
about
don't
them?
appreciate them. They're annoying as fuck.
So I'll tell you what I appreciate about them. I appreciate people that regard themselves as purists
Mhm.
because I truly believe I don't appreciate toxicity. And if you want to argue with me and talk down at me and do all of that stuff, we can do that all day. I don't give a fuck about that. But I appreciate in any genre people that regard themselves as purists. You're a purist. You're a baseball purist. You're a hip hop purist. I feel like that's standard setting for any industry or any culture.
Yep.
Doesn't always mean that you're right,
Mhm.
No.
right?
But you're important in terms of like the ecosystem of just like, this is when shit gets like, even in hip hop, when shit gets too crazy, you're just like, no, it's back to the rhymes, the bars, the beats.
That could also be toxically weaponized.
But you
in a lot
need
of
it.
ways,
It can, but exactly. Like, what is this about? What is this music about? Like, what is this thing? You want the music or the industry or whatever it is to grow and to change, but you never want it to lose what it is because that's when somebody else kind of takes over. So I appreciate that. This was my point, and this is the only point that I'm making. When people want to be billionaires in the regular life, people want to be billionaires. The first thing you have to do when you want to be a billionaire or you look up to a billionaire is you have to acquiesce to the fact that the same rules don't apply to billionaires that they do to you. And you have to be like, that's okay. You have to say that's good for people that Bezos or Elon Musk or anyone else can do this type of thing and not have to pay taxes, not have to care about the workforce, not have to do all the things that you as a normal person can do because they're so much bigger and so much more important. It's better if they don't have any rules. And that's because inherent in that is the belief that those people are, number one, special. And then number two, they are providing a service that nobody else can provide.
Right.
Okay. I don't look at that as being too much different than what we're then giving a director $170 million and then telling him his movie does not have to make his budget back. And I'll tell you why. The way I look at it, me and other people like me sit down in front of people asking them for $2 or $3 million and then telling us, you got to put a rapper in your movie. You got to get your movie funded through this or through this person. And just to let you know, if we give you 2, if we give you 3, you need to make 6. You need to make 5. You need to do this. And that, for a lot of filmmakers, a lot of people who are trying to get their stories out, stories that they feel like are so important, like things that contextualize their life. The next movie that we're making is about the death of my father. It's about me realizing that my dad didn't have a headstone. I can't get the story out of my head. I have to tell it. Like, I have to tell it, right? And you're trying to do these things that are so important to you. And it's not, when I say important work, I don't mean nobody's curing cancer. I'm talking about giving a perspective about something that's so important to you and people around you, about fatherhood, about this, about that, which one battle after another, from what I understand, deals in so many really important cultural themes. And from what I understand, the movie is brilliant. And there are people all around that are trying to do that. And the ecosystem of filmmaking is telling them there is a standard, a capitalist standard that your inspiration has to meet. And then what it's also saying is there are other people who just, that's not a thing. And not only that, but Ryan Coogler isn't one of those people. Ryan Coogler, even though he made Black Panther 1 and 2 and Creed, Fruitvale Station, did it the independent way. He's somebody that if we give him $90 million, he better go into his culture and get that money back for us. But some people don't have to. Some people don't have to do that. I'm not talking about whether or not it is better for the industry that a visionary genius like PTA gets $170 million and he doesn't have to worry about it. That is unbelievably good. There's no way anyone who loves movies could say that that's not, meaning he could go out with basically an unlimited budget, make his movie, not have to worry about it, not have to worry about any of that stuff, and just deliver art. That's fantastic. What I'm telling people is that it's not recreatable. It's not recreatable, and there are a bunch of other people out there. When I said that, when I put that out there, do you know who hit me on my phone? A bunch of other filmmakers in this town that were like laughing at the idea that there are some certain people that go out with a $170 million budget and they come back in with 17 or whatever it's tracking at, and people clap and people go, whatever, cool, it's great, it's this person, it's cool. All I'm saying is this, and I will say this and like offer a truce to everyone. I get it. You're right. You are right. And I mean that with you're right. The people that are saying that fuck commerce, this is art, 170 don't make, they're right. I'm wrong, they're right. What I'm telling them is that there's a cost. And You might not think that there is, but there is. There's a cost. We all want to tell our stories. We all want to get our stuff out. We all want to, but some of us aren't there yet. And I just hope that those same people champion the art of people who are busting their fucking ass, going all over the country, going into their communities, good Kickstarters, all of that, trying to get their shit made. I hope that those people like respect those people and support those people and their ability to make movies and fail. I hope they support those people in the same way.
I mean, because the thing when I was reading all your tweets, because at first I disagreed. I was like, oh, no. The thing that I absolutely 100% agree with the spirit of what you were saying is just like, the reason there's not a black woman, queer, trans PTA isn't because those groups don't have the talent. They do have the talent. They could make movies at that scale with that vision. It's because Black people don't get to fail. If your movie does not do well,
get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
And look, you guys, that's not his fucking problem.
No, that's not. I love PTA. Is one of my favorite directors. But
yeah,
honestly, I think he's the greatest filmmaker ever.
Ever?
Yep.
I think he's top 10. I love PTA.
He's amazing.
Let me tell you, I think he's, when I was talking to Sean about this, and Sean, the conversation I had with Sean about this was very enlightening. You guys, Sean was a lot more interested in this conversation than you would have thought he was. Jack Sanders was basically like, grow the fuck up, man. I fuck with Jack so much, man.
Tell him what's up, Jack.
Bro, I love Jack. Me and Jack had a great conversation. I love Jack so much, man. Like, I love Jack so much. Me and Sean had a great conversation, and Sean told me a lot of things I didn't really know, and about this particular arrangement and all of that stuff like that. It was fantastic. But all of that to say that, like, it's not. It is me saying, it is a lot of people saying, look, what we want is an ecosystem, a cultural ecosystem that rewards people taking shots, that rewards people telling their stories.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I know we have to move on, not to belabor this. You know, it used to be that somebody would make a movie and the film would come out and it wouldn't get letterboxed to death. It wouldn't get analyzed to death. It wouldn't get pulled apart and all that. Somebody would come out with a first feature and you would look at that first feature and there were parts of the first movie that you could identify and say, hey, this person is going to be somebody special.
Yeah.
Clerks is not a well-directed movie.
But it's one of my favorite movies.
It's
but you can see you could see what he had, and you're like, if we give him more money,
you can see that guy is a fucking savant.
Yeah.
That his dialogue, his sense of story, the way you can look at Clerks, which is just because it's not well directed doesn't mean that it's not good. It's great.
Yeah.
You can look at Clerks and be like, that person right there needs to exist for the next 15 or 20 years. And that's in a movie that succeeds. There are movies that fail that you can look at the film if you're looking at it with a keen eye and go, look at the way this scene moves. Look at the way this is lit. Look at the colors here. Look at the visual style. Look at look at what, this doesn't work, but I know something will. We are careening down the lane of that not existing, of the industry becoming so fraught that the guys who are the sure bets just get more and more and more power.
I will even say, for a movie I was a little bit whatever on, it's insane that we had a Spike Lee Denzel Washington movie.
Don't get me fucking started.
That was exactly just like
you could not see.
Now you're about to piss me off.
Tell him.
So I'm not saying that I like highest lowest of
it was fine.
I'm not saying that
but
I am saying that is, those are the two niggas from Malcolm X and Mo Better Blues. Those are the two guys that's Spike Lee and Denzel Washington. And I couldn't go to the AMC and see that bitch. You have to go to Lamel's Theater 3.
I have to go to Alamo.
Sunset. To see the movie.
Here's the thing, be in LA. Can you imagine if you were in the middle of the country?
Yeah.
Hey, wait for Apple TV, I guess.
Yeah. And there are a lot of things. There's streamer stuff and all of that. I get it. But what I'm saying is, man, I'm watching that movie. I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, they could have spent $20 million more on this film and got like a different movie. I'm not gonna fucking tell Spike Lee how to make a movie. That's absurd. Okay,
You would tell him to get the Kamala poster off the wall, though.
The Kamala poster was crazy.
That's fucking absurd. Like, that's absurd. But what I'm saying is like, all right, it's kind of a thing for me to be able to say, okay, guys, I just want to let you know that this is true, and this does work for PTA, or it might work for Scorsese with The Irishman, or with Killers of the Flower Moon, or with all of that. And we are at a point because of business, because of the battle for these minds and these skill sets between streamers and deep moneyed interests who want to get people. There's an art battle. That art battle is undergirded by commerce and capitalism.
We don't have to. The pocket watching needs to stop. I don't think
but it's inherently part of it.
No, yeah, but like not for regular folks. Like we can't like watch the movie and be like, yeah, I liked it, but how much money did it make? That shouldn't influence how you feel about a film.
It shouldn't influence how you feel about a film. That's not. I'm not looking at that from the standpoint of a fan. From a fan, a lot of the movies. I remember when Waterworld came out and that bitch bricked. I was like, I like that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But like you're not a regular person though. Like,
but here's the thing. What Van is saying. Here's the thing though. Especially when it comes to marginalized creators, guess what? It's a ding against Spike and Denzel because they're like, well, and I'm just like, it was never going to be successful because you only had it in so many theaters. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Here's the thing. Ryan Coogler's movie opened well, and it was still like, well, it didn't open well enough. PTA Scorsese drop, it's just like, why does it need to open well? They're fucking legends. I'm like, Spike Lee's a fucking legend too. But we're judged by different.
I mean, this was a conversation that me and Jack had. Jack was like, well, it's PTA. And I told Jack, I was like, it's PTA. I was like, what if I told you that I showed Kalika Punch Drunk Love and she didn't get it? Like, what if I told you that I showed my brother The Master and he didn't get it? That part of it, the part that you think is so sure, that's the most subjective part.
Yeah.
Because what if I ask them who needs to get $100 million, they would say, I want to see $100 million for Love Jones too. Like, take me, I swear to God, like if I ask them what needs to get $100 million, they would say, I want to see the movie Dope. I want to see that get $100 million. The part that you think is the surest part, you think that There Will Be Blood is a rock solid 100% masterpiece, and no one could say otherwise. You're wrong. The movie is a masterpiece.
No, I will say, as somebody who loves PTA, sometimes try getting your girl to watch a PTA movie. She's like, come on, bro.
The movie is a masterpiece. They're all masterpieces to me. But the part that you think is so unassailable, like, I know you can't tell me. There are people out there that don't like the movies you like, that don't like The Big Lebowski. I don't know how they couldn't, but they don't like these films. There are movies that mean so much to them. That's a cultural determination. So when you talk about filmmaking culture, remember, you are talking about your filmmaking culture. And there are many different filmmaking cultures. There are many different areas where films are being made and people are putting their heart and their soul into all of this. So when you are saying that your director or your person should be able to do this because of what they bring and how important this is, remember, that's a determination that you're making based upon your taste and the way you're coming to these things. Like, that's the thing. Now, it's a conversation, and I might agree with you, but I'll also tell you that when I saw somebody get $100 million to make a vampire movie set in Clarksdale, Mississippi, a movie where I could understand the music, the people, the way that they dress, all of that, I said, hallelujah, about motherfucking time.
Yeah.
But it's got to make back its budget, or
well, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at that and I'm like, all right, cool. Look, man, from everything that I'm going to see the movie tomorrow, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm putting this.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I completely understand what everybody is saying, and I'm gonna say it again just so they know you are right. There should be a world where these studios are actually the Medici family, and they give the Leonardo DiCaprios of the world Leonardo DiCaprio's, Leonardo da Vinci's of the world, Da Vinci DiCaprio, all the money that they need, and they go, just put the art in the world and don't worry about what comes back.
Yeah.
I'm saying that is for thee, not for me. That is for them. And I know that you think that you will be one of them, but the best way for you to get to be one of them is for you to get your fucking movie made. And the best way for you to get your movie made is for you to be allowed to fail too.
Well, with that being said, we should probably talk about something that I don't know if it'll make its budget back. Alien fucking. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the penultimate season finale of Alien Earth. All right, guys, we are back with some Alien Earth thoughts. Should I get into our Midnight Manifest real quick?
Go for it.
All right, this is your Midnight Manifest for Alien Earth. We're talking about the last 2 episodes, Emergence and the Real Monsters, directed by both were directed by Dana Gonzalez. Both episodes were written by Noah Hawley. The penultimate was co-written by Maria Melnick, and I'm apologizing if I butcher this, but the season finale was also co-written by Magizi Pensuno. So Samin slightly drag Arthur's facehugger-covered body through the jungle, but a chestburster kills the scientist before they can deliver him to Morrow. Angry, the cyborg takes the 2 hybrids with him as Weyland-Yutani soldiers invade the island. Wendy frees the xenomorph after the death of Toodles and tries to escape the island with Joe and Nibs. Wendy uses the xenomorph as a guard dog to escape the island, but when Nibs starts rampaging and killing Prodigy soldiers, Joe shoots the hybrid and gets the trio captured. Kirsch captures Morrow and his soldiers, imprisoning them along with the hybrids. Wendy overrides the base's systems, freeing her brother and Morrow, and convinces her other hybrids to team up together to escape the island. Wendy, with her new team of hybrids and the xenomorph, imprison Cavalier, Kirsch, Adam, Damon, Morrow, as Yutani's team continues to invade the island and our eye creature takes over Arthur's corpse. That has been your Midnight Manifest. Van, I think this has been a very rocky season. Very, very high highs, some low lows. Did this alien ship, what's the ship called?
The Maginot?
The Maginot. Did the Maginot, was it landed?
No, but I don't think they tried to. I think they purposely put the Maginot in a holding pattern. They didn't try. They didn't land it, but they didn't try to land it. The penultimate was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
The season finale was
not
tough.
Good.
It was rock.
I'm confused. I'm just confused.
It felt like you were skipping cutscenes in a video game. You just kept pressing X and mashing X and getting from scene to scene without really like playing the game. It was really weird.
There was a race to not even a finish line, but just a race to next something, to where this finale kind of fell victim to almost everything that I hate a season finale could do, which means like not really resolve much, if anything. Kick every single possible narrative can down the road, not have any sort of catharsis or like villain comeuppance in any meaningful way. And they ridiculously overpower one character to the degree where I'm like, well, where can this story possibly go now?
You don't know how she got any of those. Like they.
Wait, are we talking about Wendy being like the fucking xenomorph messiah?
Not even that, but she's controlling all the technology.
That she's a technomancer.
She's been doing that since the jump. They gave her that.
They seeded that throughout the season. They didn't do it well, but they did.
But have they ever explained why that is?
He gave her access because he thought it'd be fun.
Well, here's the thing. Also, Boy Cavalier, I'm not saying they did it well. Boy Cavalier did say earlier in the season that essentially the hybrids, and especially he could see it in Wendy, would get to a point in their evolution where they could start doing things that they could not understand. And I believe that is both the xenomorph part of this and the fact that she's going around controlling fucking sins.
And the xenomorph one, I don't understand, but I was hoping we get some resolution on that, and we haven't yet. So I assume going forward, we might. The Technomancer stuff, she's been doing that since like episode 2.
That's
like
so weird.
She was watching her brother watch Ice Age. Like
miles away.
Yeah.
No, and I understand what you're saying there, but in a weird way, I actually believe her that she could speak to xenomorphs a lot easier than what she can do come the end of this, because that is the like level of scientific experimentation that like where language and understanding with a thing that is seemingly new versus a thing that's just a ravenous monster. I like that like kind of exploration and that kind of like tinkering with somebody's understanding. when you basically have a character that is thinking about like visualizing something to communicate with her brother, and then now you have superpowers. That is a big leap.
You mean the super robot has superpowers?
No, that she could literally like freeze somebody in time.
That was dope. It was
It
dope.
was cool to watch.
It was cool, but I was like, whoa, that's huge.
She controlled
Oh
the
my
technology
God.
in Long Island.
You said what?
It's important.
What you said? Just say what you said again.
Yeah. It's a large
You
and
said, but
important.
just say it again. Say what you said
It's
again.
huge.
You
Is
said,
it veiny?
whoa. You
Is
said,
it
whoa,
popping?
that's
Is it
huge.
hard?
Yeah. No, it's all those
Christ.
things that you wish
Whoa,
you
that's
wish you
huge.
had. You know.
Hey,
Yo, dada, oh daddy. I agree with Steve.
But again,
nah,
like
man.
I mean,
that particular point, I don't really
the
see
show
it.
has every single tool to give me what it gave in the finale and me to understand it and be on board. But the speed at which it accelerated to those things in 2 episodes was very fast.
I think that is fair, but like the plot point of her being like a technomancer is again, she's had the control over the facility the whole time. It's not new.
I agree
We
with
didn't
you.
learn that.
I agree with you. It's just a big leap for me.
It's not a big leap. It
My
happened all
issue
season.
is more so that I just felt because I could tell it was arriving, and I was like, please don't do it. Where I'm just like, has this whole thing been actually the little hybrid children are the real aliens? Because by like basically the finale is instead of xenomorphs, and now they're hunting down everybody. And it's like the thing that I don't think that they ever really truly landed with the hybrids is I'm like, okay, these are children in these robot bodies, and some of them are super smart and are advancing at an accelerated clip, and then others are just adults acting like children, and it's fucking annoying. Like, who are the 2 guys who were dragging Arthur?
Smee and
Slightly.
That
yeah.
storyline to me was dumb. Like, it was annoying.
It was only because of the looming threat of oh my goodness, our favorite character. Oh my god,
Moro.
Like looming threat of Moro constantly in his ear is the fascinating part. The fact that he is manipulating a child to do these things, and when now
Like the Captain Hook of the show.
yeah, exactly. To know that he is kind of this like presence in the background, the fear of losing his mom, the fear of like his family being hurt. That's the compelling part. But when they're actually faced in front of each other and the plan fails, now the show has to make this thing where, all right, well, we can't immediately dispose of all of these characters for some reason because he's not going to kill these kids because they're
But the
seemingly
moral
useless
plot line,
to them.
it was whack.
The problem-
like, he was my favorite part of the show. And the last 2 episodes, I was just like, why isn't he allowed to keep doing dope shit? Like, they signed
because they clearly have a season 2 in mind.
And they want him for more.
And so they did not want to over resolve any character, but they didn't really want to kill characters. They didn't really want to. They have more story in mind, and the characters that we really have connected to, even the ones that we've really been intrigued with, like boy, they kind of just gave us a little bit more on
And
them
they just
and
suspended
fizzled
them in
it out.
time.
And I suspended them.
I could forgive them not solving a lot of the overall plot arcs if there was any emotional payoff.
What about the boy stuff with that you learn about with his father and
that's not payoff. It's
not payoff.
It said something else.
Yeah,
there's no emotional resolutions.
I hated
even
that part.
the scene with Marcy.
It doesn't make you understand Boyle anymore.
A little bit, but I still don't give the scene with Marcy and Hermit in the room after they beat the eye monster and they're talking
is somebody
about,
gonna kill somebody?
No, I mean I don't need anybody to die again. Like I just need them to come together. If anything, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that. We not be brother and sister, but we got something. And they're just like, don't tell me it's complicated. Life is complicated, and they leave. Like,
Right.
There's no emotional resolution for anybody, and so I could take again traditional TV. You have stuff. There's an impending invasion coming. We got to bunker down. We got to fight them. Or maybe these people don't die, but we know when the eye escapes.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's season 2. He's gonna come back. Like I can see the vision there. It goes in Arthur. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see like a post credit. Oh, the eyes back in his Arthur's body. Ooh, I would love to see that for season 2.
I just learned to talk and all that. Yeah,
right. But if there was any emotional resolution to where something I could say like, this is the definitive end of a character's arc. This is the definitive end of something, and then we move on to something new with season 2. I can get that. This is just really a part 1 of a part whatever.
You know what it reminded me of?
Don't say it.
What?
I thought you were gonna say House of Dragon. Don't say House of Dragon.
That's what I was about to say.
it kind of is. No, he's right.
That's what it reminded
Where it's
me
like
of.
now the story really begins.
It wasn't. It reminded me of.
No.
It did. It reminded me of House of Dragon to where it was like. It's not like it was whack. It's not like it was whack, but it was. It was like they just went, "Hey, you're in the end game now." I'm like, "Hey man,
we got
like,
you next
you know what I'm
time."
saying?
Hard rock song.
It was a lot of table
Pearl Jam,
setting.
but first
They're
Pearl
like,
Jam.
you won't believe what we got in season 2. I'm like, 3 years from now, I'm not gonna
That's
remember
the
who
problem.
we
Dead by
and
then.
all
That's
this
the
shit,
issue.
bro.
Hey, no, you won't. Don't say stuff like that.
I'm
Take
kidding.
that
I'm
out,
kidding.
man.
I'm kidding.
Steve is my friend. Don't say that.
I was joking.
Don't joke about you being alive.
Okay.
You'll be alive till you're 95 years old. Steve, grandbabies, kids.
Yes.
Don't do the white boy thing. I'll get black boy.
Don't do the white boy.
That's how white boys act, bro.
First of all,
like, bro,
don't joke like that.
What are you
Let me tell you
saying?
something.
Joke like that.
White boy, like, this is the thing about white boys. White boys don't act like there's any type of energy.
What?
Like,
Yup.
they,
Yup.
nigga,
yeah, come on, man.
like white boys, like y'all
bro.
don't act like there's anything that you could say that
putting into the universe and then will come out.
that,
Right.
that you'll put in the universe and come back. As soon as with black people, we see something happen, and we go, nah, man, don't want to talk too bad. That's gonna come back at me. White
Yup.
people go,
Right.
fuck them.
Nah,
And-
here's the
and
thing.
it's-
You be hanging out with your white friends. You be drinking whatever. You cross the bridge. They like, fuck it, I'm a job. I was like, I'm like,
We
we
do,
do
yeah, we do that.
And
We
all
do
the
that.
time, you always have to take. It's like, shit. I'll probably be dead way before that happens. Like, could you
Why-
not talk
come
about
on, why would you
being
say
dead,
that?
nigga? I don't want to think about
Okay,
you
yeah,
being
we're a little
dead.
cavalier like that.
You a
But
bunch
boy
of boy
cavalier.
cavaliers.
A bunch of boy,
A bunch of boy
cavaliers.
cavaliers. I'm
That's
like,
got 'em.
I don't want to think about you not being alive. That shit happened to my homie for real. So
That's okay.
So yeah. So
I
Steve,
appreciate that.
yeah, good.
But can I just say the boy cavalier? We gotta stop doing this in prestige TV shit. Bro, I don't want to hear about your drunk daddy. Like he was like, I used to have a drunk dad, so I built a robot. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't care.
Wow, God forbid somebody has a poor upbringing, man, with their dad who drinks a lot. Man.
It does. It did. So
I get
I
it.
did. I thought it was gonna explain more.
Of course not.
It did explain. Hold on. Explain more. No, that's not what I thought. It did explain. I thought it was gonna resolve something. It did explain a lot of. It did answer questions about like how I viewed boy. Like boy starts this thing at 6. He's in charge of it. But his parents let him be a tech mogul or whatever. But that's really not what happened. What happened was he created someone to allow him to run it from the shadows.
Yeah.
Somebody
and they
killed
were
his dad.
programmed,
Which
they
is
were
quite
programmed-
like
the guy
quite
killed his dad,
duplicitous and
yeah.
like evil.
The
It's-
Sith.
Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Adam
was
killed his dad.
wondering, was Adam when I was watching so I'm like, well, was Adam the
His
first
dad synth?
synth that you built, and he was the figure
For the longest
Yeah,
time, I
yeah.
thought it was gonna be his right hand man.
Just the dude.
Was gonna be the first synth that he made, and he
Oh.
talked about like being his father or whatnot. But instead, it was just like a guy. That was like I was like, okay,
So
you're
you got a little bit
breadcrumbing
more about Boy that he actually created. It seems like he created a synth to kill his father, right?
seemingly,
Yeah.
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 If not metaphorically, then literally.
But also, how
Yeah.
could it say? I'm like, damn, where'd you get all the materials from? Like you like
I-
Anakin Skywalker just like cobbling the shit together.
It's the future.
It
so
is, I
anything's-
guess.
Literally anything's possible.
But also, we talked about the biggest sin of these last 2 episodes. We got to talk about the xenomorph. Like it's just it's the xenomorph. It's basically on bitch time. Xenomorph can't do fucking
Bitch
shit.
time.
First of all, like
come on, right,
can't do
no.
fucking shit. Always
Come
get
on,
fucked up
calm
by
out,
these
calm
kids.
out,
Like
calm
not
out,
my
calm
xenomorph.
out.
Not my xenomorph.
No.
Woke bullshit,
so
bro.
what I
Woke
will-
bullshit.
No,
What?
Other woke nonsense?
Yeah.
For the xenomorph?
Yeah.
God, no mames. Come
No,
on.
they got
Come
Woke
on.
little
no,
mind
no,
virus
no. What I will
xenomorph
say-
now.
What I will say,
Wait a minute, stop. This is all bitch.
Yes!
That's not true. That's not
so
fair.
not
No,
true.
the
not
not my
fair.
xenomorph ain't gonna be on a leash like a fucking guard dog. They acting like the xenomorph's a pit bull, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I
is.
She like, hey, yo, go hide. Go
Sick.
hide.
Oh
That
my
wasn't fire.
God.
That wasn't cool.
That wasn't fire.
That's
Hide and
funny.
protect.
I'm not letting
that was
I'm
cool.
not letting a 12-year. My xenomorph's not listening to no 12-year-old.
Nah, that
Like,
was
what are we
fire.
talking about? What are we
I
talking
think
about?
the problem for me is, and this is tough. Like, I'm gonna be like completely honest. It's a TV show. They got a TV budget. You can tell. That xenomorph when they outside
When
with
it
too
was
much
in the
light,
daylight, it looked crazy.
it looked
They had
crazy.
Andy
But
Sexton. That motherfucker
but
looked
they-
like Seth Curry. Like,
But-
Hey, yo! Seth Curry! Seth Curry at
Hey,
the crib
man.
like,
It had little
me?
chalk
Shout out to the
stains.
Curry family.
Yo, why would you do
We
that?
fuck with
you
y'all.
know,
Wow,
I was looking at the
dude.
light
Shout out to the
Xenomorph
Curry family.
is
They big supporters.
crazy.
They big supporters. Shout out to the Curry
light
family.
skin
Stop that.
We
xenomorph.
fuck with y'all. Look, but my thing is
His
this.
name is Jalen.
Wait a second.
They did.
You got the Duke haircut.
Somebody
Jalen
put a
the
Duke
xenomorph.
haircut on a xenomorph
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
Have we
what in
ever
the world?
seen before though
in the
the
broad day.
xenomorph during the day?
Yeah, I think in like Covenant. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like
one
it
of the
was during the day we
is,
saw him.
like they were like on the ship and you see him like for the first time. But even then,
No,
like,
no. I'm talking about on the ship. I'm talking about outside because this motherfucker was outside.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And
It wasn't
like,
on Earth,
It was in
but
a
it was-
natural
Yeah.
daylight.
in full light. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I don't think it looks offensively bad.
I don't think it looks offensively bad, but it definitely looked like, all right, this is made for TV for real. Like because all the other stuff in the lab looks scary. The little plant thing that we were wondering what did all that time,
that like
and it
little
went
like
on it,
being a
dropped the
fly trap
homie.
thing.
like that was scary. Again, we only see it the one time, which again, like we've been with that character or that little thing for what since like episode 2,
Right.
We just now seeing what it does. If there was any payoff, it was that. But for the most part, all the other monsters look scary every time we saw them.
Yeah.
agreed.
Except for the xenomorph.
So I think the actual like problem that I have with the xenomorph of it all from the end of the finale is that it now only is this external threat or this thing to be wielded about, which is I like the idea that
I love
that it can be controlled, that it can be understood.
That's its main utility is to empower Wendy.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Which is-
it's interesting.
Kind of. I guess I fuck with it.
I love
no,
that.
I
That's like
do.
the most interesting part.
I do, but I think the actual idea of now it's being utilized to, I guess, I still am just confused as to where this show thinks it's going, because of all of the things that I would like a finale like this to do are consequences that make the idea of where any of the predicaments that our characters are in either get worse or get solved. Nothing is either solved nor worsened. If we ended up like, if I was expecting the finale of this, Boy Cavalier gets killed in an awesome way that I would have loved, and it's like, yeah, fuck you.
You thought he
And-
was when he was walking down the
And it's
hallway.
great. We killed the richest person in the world.
Yeah.
What happens now? Okay,
I'm
great.
not-
See you in
how
season 2.
surprised are we that boy did not die?
Shocked that he didn't. die.
I thought he was out of here.
I thought we'd get a actual resolution on that. And so when he's walking down the hallway and his xenomorph show, I'm like, oh, so
It's like,
But
yeah,
that was
you're
my
gonna
problem.
fucking.
Every single time one of these characters would be right, like the little mom who made all the robots, xenomorph didn't get her, didn't get boy. Like I'm just like, yo,
oh, that's the
xenomorph-
homie though. I don't think if that's her xenomorph, I don't think that she would kill Dame Sylvia off the rip. I think the thing that is like not bothering me, but something I'm having trouble putting together is that Wendy is super cool with everybody dying via xenomorph,
Yes.
except for all the other people that probably should die, and they
Yeah.
get to live in the little box.
That's the
like nobody else can kill, right? Even Nibs when they were like in episode 7, like no,
Oh
don't
my
kill.
gosh.
Don't do it. But then like you look at all the bodies, like, man, that's kind of on you, Wendy.
Yeah.
Like, you know
which
what
I
I'm saying?
understand that she is maturing as this is happening, but like the xenomorph being like an extension of her rage and anger and making these things like making all these people punished for the terrible things that they've been doing.
Yeah.
All the people that are laid out in front of her in that cell should be getting what's coming to them, and they don't.
Well, like I understand not killing Kirsch. I understand not killing Dame Sylvia. Even Boy Cavalier to a certain extent. I'm like, I can see it. Morrow gotta go. Like he been after y'all
Probably.
from the jump. You got to make
so
a call.
Interesting. I went into the last 2 desperately hoping that he would survive. He's been by far the most interesting
No.
character.
I don't
Absolutely.
disagree with you. I would like, if under normal circumstances, yes, but they have him dead to rights. It's like keeping the monster from Halloween
His
alive.
plot
just keep
armor
going.
was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you've got him. He's been an issue for you the whole show. Get rid of him. Like, why keep him alive unless you're getting ready for season 2? If I'm him, he's winning. Utani's on the way. These guys, what are you going to kill these kids? I don't really like. If I'm Moro, I feel good.
Yeah.
So I didn't really understand. It was kind of bumping me.
Can I tell you something really funny though?
What?
Timothy Olyphant with his back broken, just like laying like this in the cell.
He had
hysterical.
He had great line reads.
Fantastic.
Nobody
likes a sore loser.
This might be the one thing that also tripped me up. I think thematically is this has never been a very subtle show, but at the end when Wendy's talking to everybody who's in the cell, basically like Noah Hawley kind of like underlines, I guess, what this first season was about, where she's just like, we can't be kids, but they don't want us to be adults. And it was a very funny thing for Noah Hawley to write, because I'm like, okay, there's a very talented creator who I wouldn't say trapped because he makes such great art, but like a lot of our directors and writers are just like, okay, I'm in the Alien world, or I'm remaking the X-Men, or I'm remaking Star Wars, and I'm working for this mass corporation, and I'm working with the toys that I love, but I can't be an adult. There's some part of me that I have to kind of sell. And I was just like, that's very, 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 very interesting as an idea. It's less interesting to me when you say it within the house, where it's just like, I ain't gonna cry tears for you because you got how many millions of dollars to play with the alien toys. You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like creators want to have it both ways, where they're like, oh, my golden chains, I can't believe I get to make an alien TV show. I'm like, I could see how that's interesting to him, and it is a little interesting to me. Am I being an asshole for being like, I don't know if that's really like...
No, but I feel like you might have been an asshole if he was doing this for every IP-based thing that he was doing, and if that was like kind of a through line in all of this stuff, but he clearly has more big ideas other than just that on his mind, because we were ideating about amazing ideas that this show was doing all season, and now when it comes time to deliver a electrifying or even cathartic ending to a season, it finds itself falling short.
Here's what makes me think about? What? Makes me think about Alex Garland.
Oh, Civil War.
Well, so
Ex Machina, etc.
Elden Ring.
Right.
He said, fuck it. He said, I made devs, and that shit was daring and crazy, all that kind of shit. And I made all of this shit, and I wrote 28 years, weeks, hours, 28
minutes, seconds,
strippers later.
Civil War.
28 strippers later?
Later is crazy.
28
that's how you got the glitter on
is
your face.
actually a brilliant idea.
That's how you got the glitter on your face.
Is it like an anthology, or is it just like one man, one night,
you know what they
28 strippers?
You know what they should do? They should do different short series about the zombie apocalypse breaking out. They should do 28 strippers later. They should do 28 fucking Big Macs later. They should do 28. They should just do different things
later.
like just different things about how you went somewhere and all of a sudden it's zombies everywhere.
You trapped in Magic City, and there's zombies. Like one zombie stripper, and slowly all the strippers start turning into zombies. Like she's throwing ass. All of a sudden she just
28 strippers later. That would be like it's a short to get you to the deal.
If I had to stab Peaches in the chest,
you have to stab Peaches. Oh my God, Daddy! You get arrested for that. By the way,
I don't think
arrested for that today.
And then she stabs back like no touching.
Okay, but what happens if you in the strip club and it's that one stripper that like you can't fall in love with, right? But it's a zombie.
One stripper you can
let me save you.
Nah, but you got a favorite. Everybody got a favorite stripper.
Jomi cooked.
Everybody got a favorite stripper.
Jomi said the one stripper.
The one. Not 28.
As if
not
it's a good idea. By the way,
it's probably not.
Whoa, Midnight Boys are pro sex work.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Hold on. It's a difference in, it's a difference in falling in love with the dancer when you meet her somewhere and you realize that she's a dancer.
Right. But at work
versus at
work, those are some experts, man.
Yeah,
Okay, but that's
because
like
you always have the man in the crew who's just like, no, but she was really feeling me though. I'm just
no.
But that's the thesis of the movie. Like the world is ending, and like obviously you was never thinking straight. But now the world's ending.
We got to think about
now what's real.
Like, we are so whack. I was making a point, and now we are on 28
strippers later.
I'm just saying. You got to think about it. And
how
now
these movies not get made?
It's just you and that one stripper. And now you got to think like, bro, the world's literally ending. Like if I'm ever gonna shoot my shot for real, this is the time.
28 shifts later, 28, all kinds of shit they could do it.
One stripper after another.
One stripper after another. Like, all of that shit.
The Phantom stripper,
like all of that shit. But he goes, all right, all of this stuff is dope. I get it. I'm making great stuff. It's good. Elden Ring, let's go. I can bring my sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
I can bring my sense of thematic importance, my pen, my way to something that I know y'all want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do two things at once. I can have a captive audience for my style of storytelling. Because you guys might not sit down and watch Devs like I want you to, or watch Ex Machina like I want you to. It might be too heady. I might not have the entry point to this stuff. I mean, he obviously does with the zombie shit to make you guys sit down and go, look at the ideas about humanity and about our condition that I'm exploring in my shit. And Noah Hawley or anybody else might be going, you know what, man? Since y'all won't watch nothing else, since y'all won't look at nothing else, let me take Alien and not even put the alien in that bitch.
Yeah.
And sit down and make y'all look at a story that I want to tell about all of these other things.
And that's when the mouse comes in. It's like, well, no, you're actually going to have a xenomorph kill.
And so with you, I think there might be a legitimate tension. I agree with you. But there might be a legitimate tension when they're trying to do that.
But here's the thing. If you take something like Andor, right? Andor is never apologizing for being a Star Wars property.
It's true.
It's like Tony Gilroy is like, I think he's been very...
It's not, but...
Well, narratively, it's not.
It's narratively, but it is. It's not, but it is. They don't give you the Force. Maybe a little bit. They don't give you Jedi.
They give you like stormtroopers in the background.
It's not apologizing for it, but it is saying, put your toys away. And grow the fuck up.
But here's the thing. It's subtext instead of being text. I think Alien Earth is like the metaphors, the Peter Pan shit, all of it.
It's very overt. Yeah.
It's very overt where it's like, hey, I get it. Because I do think that all these creators where it's just like, everybody wants to be Mr. Artistic, Sundance, da-da-da-da-da, whatever. And guess what? Every motherfucker want to be Spielberg, Nolan, whoever. And sometimes you got to be like, shit, I got to direct Batman. I got to get my alien shit off. I just sometimes, I'm like, hey, yo, don't apologize for it. Like, I'm watching Alien.
I don't think the show's ashamed of what it is.
It's not ashamed, but it is a little bit like, well, our capitalist overlords won't let us really grow up. And I'm like, hey, man, they just handed you $50 million. Like, it's fine.
No, what? I just had a cough.
You fuck Michael, huh?
What?
Fuck Michael.
No. To your point, like, the show without aliens really don't make sense. I mean, it's an alien show. But just imagine the show where it's just Boy and Yutani, and they just it's like Succession.
Take the aliens out this bitch, and it would be almost the same.
It would be almost the same.
Yeah.
We just get the alien because they got to put the alien in.
Because if you took the alien out of this finale, you'd have a lot more room to play with actual.
Now, I will say the overall lore of the alien world, which has always been based in like corporate control and malfeasance.
Yep.
The deeper it's gotten.
Yeah.
At first, the corporations only, in my opinion, they existed as a plot device to get us alien action.
Right.
But as the lore deepened and our understanding of the xenomorph deepened, and we had to go different places, we had to understand why the corporations were so important and why certain decisions were being made and all of that stuff. The synthetic life form has been a part of this since the beginning. It's almost been the conscience of the show. Also, are de facto almost emotional narrators since the beginning, and then that changed with Fassbender's.
Yeah,
because
David.
Then that motherfucker became sort of like he was looking at humanity through a fishbowl. A little like
he was being Socrates on his own.
Yeah, he was like he had all kinds of different shit.
Flute.
And so it continuously just it's evolved to now. This show makes sense, but it is a wholly different entity than anything that has to do with Alien at all. It's not really an Alien show. And is that okay?
I'm still okay with it. As much as I had problems with this finale, like when we come to Midnight Meter, I'm gonna still rate this positively.
Wait, should we go to Midnight Meter then?
Go to Midnight Meter.
All right, so for y'all don't know, Midnight Meter, 1 to 12, 1 being worse. 11 and 12, though, are reserved for absolute game changers. All right, since Steve, you already teased.
Yes.
What's this on the midnight meter for you?
This as a full season is a strong 8 to me. I really, really loved like 80-90% of this. And even if it is kind of meandering and if it is kind of getting in its own way when it comes to storytelling, I think the ideas that it has on its mind and the things that it wants to play with and the filmmaking that is happening on this show is really awesome. And it's not going to be for everybody, but it really hit with me. And as much as I don't like that finale at all, I think that we all agree that like episode 5 might have been one of the best alien movies we've ever seen. And some of the ideas that come from science fiction and a more like dark, cynical look at what capitalism and technology and people with irresponsible amounts of money can do, this show does it.
You bitched out.
I mean, I bitched out. What are you talking about?
You bitched out. I thought you was gonna give it a. It's of course it's an 8. It's a strong. It's hard to go lower than 8. Charles will. It's hard to go. It's of course.
Why you thought I was gonna be like a 9?
I missed y'all. I was in New York. I'm like, damn, I missed like being on the couch.
We missed you.
All this shit, and y'all like, look
Come
at this
back and
nigga
hate.
about to get the fucking war. Get the fuck out of here.
I know. You know what we should do?
I thought that you like, yeah, it's an 8. Yeah, it's definitely an 8. I thought you was gonna go crazy.
I feel like for me, it's a weak 8, though. It's not a strong 8. I feel like
it's a strong 7 for me.
Okay.
I feel like it's a weak
strong 7.
I feel like it's a weak 8. But to his point, like, and you said this too, the stuff that it does really well, it does so well. Again, episode 5 legitimately was one of my favorite.
It's a good ass show.
Yeah, you said this about him. Like, I sometimes like shit where it's like, hey, yo, you don't have to get the home run, but I do like they're like, yo, I'm a swing for it. I'm like, hey, yo, he did like Noah Hawley at least was swinging for the fences.
God, he was swinging.
And he missed a lot. But a lot of creators aren't willing to, like, there's a lot of ideas that a lesser creator would be like, that's too much. And I'm just like, Noah Hawley was like, no, we are trying. And I'm just like, sometimes, like with the episode 5, it connects. And sometimes with the season finale, I'm like, didn't get there.
What do you think the familial lineage of the xenomorphs are? Because it's Marcy has that little bit, the big xenomorph that was out there hunting. Then at the end, you see the little xenomorph is also part of the family. Is it like a grandmother,
I think that's a
grandson type thing, or are they like siblings?
Actually, I think if you talk about lineage, that small one came from a face hugger that came from an egg off of the ship. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's technically an older one.
I gotta say something, man.
No, but he's not older though, because he wasn't born.
But like the lineage, the tree is shorter on that.
Right.
We're
Okay.
not. We haven't talked about them that much. I find the face huggers extremely difficult to watch, man.
It's the whole
It's so
time.
nasty.
I would really like to say to Noah Hawley, I know that it's important. I know they've been around for a long time. I don't like looking at the face hugger. It's very uncomfortable. I put myself in the position of the person being face hugged,
Mhm.
and it's terrifying.
Yeah. That's how you know H.R. Giger was a true genius.
When the
because
face huggers, like when they kept zooming in and when it was doing the little pout,
Constricting,
like,
yeah.
it's keeping them
constricted.
alive.
Man, bro, the face huggers is terrifying.
It's so cool.
What would you least want to have happen to you, the face hugger or the eyeball jockey?
That's crazy.
Face
That's a good
hugger for
question.
sure. If I'm still alive,
Well, you're not alive if the eyeball dude is the eyeball jockey got you because you're alive, but you're not sentient. The eyeball is taking
here's the
over.
thing, but I don't. The problem with the face hugger, the reason why I wouldn't want that is because you're fucked twice. First,
Yeah, then
like
you're
it gets
alive.
you, then you wake up, and then you're like, I
Then you gotta
feel
have
great. Blah, 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 blah.
Boom.
Boom. You
Right.
like,
yeah,
and
no,
here's
then
the thing,
give me the eyeball.
the chest burster, the thing I hate about that is it
Oh my
looks
God.
so excruciating each time.
Dude.
It's like you
hear
realize
the bones
like
crack. You hear the
it's like that feeling of like when you're like drunk and you're about to throw up and that shit is like coming and you're like, fuck, my life is about to be. Can you imagine
Yeah.
that's a chest burster type shit?
Nah, man.
It's a lot of disgusting shit in the movie, but the one thing that the movie did was every other creature besides the xenomorph. Lots of cool creatures.
yeah.
But the xenomorph, I'm not saying the xenomorph wasn't cool. I'm just saying that to Charles's point, it became a Lassie movie at the end with a girl and her dog. And that was
cool. I liked
I'm
when
okay
she
with
said,
that. You got to use it right.
when
though.
she said hide to protect, And the
That's
xenomorph,
cool.
like they would show she knew you can't touch me because my homie gonna
When they
get
said
you.
it's a predator, I'm
I
like,
was
don't you
rocking with
fucking
it.
dare.
I was like,
say
that's
that.
kind of cool. We never seen that in no predator or no alien movie before, where the human like, yeah, my homie, you got me.
We haven't seen it, but the xenomorph did have an aversion to killing Ripley, I think, in Alien 3. I just don't think I don't think that Ripley, because remember it came up to her face.
Yeah.
And I just don't think Ripley knew that she could probably play checkers with it.
Maybe
I
if
don't
she was
think-
a super advanced hybrid that she could learn the language, they could probably like maybe get a cup of coffee.
Also with Disney, like, you know, we done talked about Mando and Grogu. I'm starting to be like, there's a little bit too much baby xenomorph. When the baby xenomorph at the penultimate episode was like crawled up next to the big one, I was just like, all right, y'all doing
That's
it.
big homie. Okay, we're not gonna get. There's no like
Xenomorph.
baby Xeno plushies, bro. You know what I'm saying?
There absolutely are baby Xeno plushies.
On
You
Etsy.
don't think
You hit
Disney
Etsy
not
right
gonna
now.
make some baby xenomorph plushies?
I guarantee you they got a face hugger plushie right now.
For real.
A facehugger plushie. You own a facehugger. Imagine you show up to a girl crib and she got a facehugger plushie on the.
That's
kind
kinda
of
cute. I'd be like,
Honestly,
game.
I will say you look a little like Moro. You should be Moro for Halloween.
You should be more following. That's good.
We gotta have
But
a
Instead of
spin-off.
Yap and Kofo?
Constant sweat on
but
you.
Jomi. I mean, if you go to the girl's crib, she got the face. You want the face hugger. You just want to, you know what I'm saying? You want the face hugger. That's what you want. You want to get face hugged.
I see what you
That's
mean.
what
Ben,
you
what
know
is
I'm
you rated
saying?
on the Midnight Meter?
You want
I
the
see what
face
you're
hugger.
talking about. I
It's
see what
eight.
you're talking about.
It's an 8. Okay.
It's
So
eight. It's
3
a-
eighths
it's
and
a-
a 7?
It's an
Yeah.
8. I mean, that's the show.
Mhm.
3 week 8s. Maybe your 8 is a little
It's a
stronger.
strong eight.
yeah.
So 2 week 8s and
A
A
really
strong
strong
7.
and a really strong 7. And that's the show. Anybody that's going, this bitch is a 6. It can't
No,
be
it
that.
can't be a
Absolutely
6.
not.
Can't be a 6.
But like, yeah, that's what it is. I thought you was about to go crazy, 9-10 type shit. I thought you was about to go crazy.
I could be swayed. Maybe we go to Mulligan's. We'll see.
Maybe Mulligan's, maybe you'll go up on the score.
Could be.
I will still also, let's be real, I still think this is one of the best TV shows in our realm of the year.
Oh yeah.
Even if it was uneven, like
Oh yeah.
it was up
Sure.
there.
I just think honestly that the end of the television show served the future of the television show better than it served the present of the
Yes.
television show.
Mm.
And that is something that I really, if they are listening, that I really would like these creators to stop doing. Like, we gonna watch the shit, okay? Fuck. We gonna watch the next season of the shit.
Well, the problem is next season will come out in 2097. That's the
True.
problem.
Serve the story that you're telling. Like, I know, like, just get it. Take the big swing.
Yeah.
Kill Boy. Take the big swing. We'll be. Like, I'd have been. Maybe they didn't have to kill Boy, but something more.
We'll,
had to
we'll
happen.
see.
Yeah.
we'll see.
Boy Cavalier.
A lot of game left.
Boy Cavalier get on my nerves. I
He
don't
does-
smack
he
him
does.
around. Smack
Wear
him
some
around.
shoes, man.
Yeah.
Also, that the sheep wasn't fucking with Boy Cavalier. Like, get this motherfucker out of here.
I
like
can't
the
wait
sheep.
for Eyeball to get his say.
That's if they can talk. I don't know if a dead man
All right.
dead man
That's the
speaks.
show.
That's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. This week on the Ringerverse feed, the House of R gave you their reactions to the Mando and Grogu trailer,
Taylor?
as well as their Alien Earth deep dives. This Friday, Button Mash is back with their reactions to Hades 2 and Silent Hill F. What the fuck is Silent Hill F?
I'm playing Silent Hill F. It's
What is
a survival horror game.
I know
Since-
Silent Hill, but why is
Yeah.
it F?
I've yet to figure out the theme for that, but it's like kind of like F, like a F hole in a violin, and there's a couple of like music themes in here.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We's the
hole.
F baby and the F is for what the fuck are you
So
talking
what the
about?
I
fuck
don't
are
know
you
what
talking
the
about?
fuck
What are
that
you
is.
talking about?
The
F hole in a
is-
violin. You don't know violins?
No.
Okay.
What?
Why are you acting like a nigga with no violins? Like what
Have you not seen a violin?
See, so
you seen a
Steve,
violin?
you're about to piss me off.
What are you talking about?
What's just tell us what the F hole is.
The
and stop
F hole in a
talking down to
violin
us.
is it's what they call a resonating hole. So when they cut,
Now,
Okay,
It makes
no,
it- it's
no,
a
no,
hole
wait,
that looks-
wait, why do you know this?
because I know classical music.
You know classical music.
just
yeah.
go, let him finish because you fucking say it.
There's a hole in there are two holes in a violin that are shaped like an F, and that's
Daddy.
they use to help resonate to make the
Right.
violin sound the way that it sounds.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what the deal is.
Yes.
And so I'm supposed to know that.
So we appreciate. Hold on, I would like to say two things. Number one, we appreciate your culture. That's very special. You're cultured and you know about the F hole. How the fuck we supposed to know about the F hole of the violin?
I just told you about the F hole. How about that?
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Nah, that's what we was talking
But
about.
here's the thing.
earlier.
This is what film bros are. What do you know about violin? I'm like, I asked you a question. Why are you being
Just-
like, why
just
you
tell
doing
me
that?
about the F hole?
F hole.
You
Like,
know what?
I'm asking you.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. That's a new nickname.
F hole.
Steve
F. Hole.
Ahlman.
Wait, okay, wait, no, hold on.
No,
Hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
It's
on,
done.
hold
It's
on.
done. That's the everything else here is a democracy. The nicknames are.
It is not. That's a dictatorship.
I'm like Trump giving out these nicknames. Just take what you're given.
Tricky Steve. That's what they call him.
that wasn't bad.
Man, lazy. He's lazy.
And just around the corner is another episode of Ringerverse Recommends. Our producers are Chris Thomas, John Jones, and Isaiah Blake. What?
Yeah,
Alea's out. We got a couple of new people helping us out.
Isaiah's
Today.
here?
No.
He's
out in
gonna
golf.
be here in October.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just working. He's helping us out with the audio.
Hey, we love you, Isaiah.
The Black Panther. What was that?
This is my man. I like Isaiah. Jomi Adeniran on socials. 28 pink eyes. 28 pink eyes later.
That's why you get antibacterial.
28 pink eyes later. I bet you know too. Yeah. Ass face ass nigga. And additional production from Arjuna Ramgopowell. Chuck, take us out.
Van loves PTA. Steve acting a little bitter. Shout out to my man Jomi and all the glitter.